Over the last 100 years, John Carroll University athletics has been built on 4 C's: character, community, commitment, and competitiveness. On March 14th, 2020, we'll host a gala dinner that celebrates the 100 years of athletics and highlighting the stories from those 4 C's. For our final presentation this evening, I'm going to ask a colleague, Mike Scanlon, to join me up here to talk about an individual who embodies these characteristics every single day.
Thanks, Michelle. Now for something that wasn't in your program this evening. My name is Mike Scanlon, and I'm the Executive Director of Strategic Communications at John Carroll University. I graduated from John Carroll in 2006, the degree in Communications. My wife graduated in 2005, and she was a member of the women's soccer team. She's not yet in the Hall of Fame, but I will be advocating for her in future years. But tonight I'm here to highlight the most influential part of my John Carroll experience, interning for the Sports Information Department. Before I returned to our alma mater in January, I spent more than a decade working in professional sports. At the Buffalo Bills, the LPGA, and sports agency IMG, I was fortunate to travel the world, work with athletes, run events, and consult for brands. But my career path would not have been possible without Chris Wensler. Make no mistake, I stand here tonight as a representative of the John Carroll University students and student athletes who Chris has been a mentor for. His work ethic and leadership by example have been on full display for 30 years at John Carroll. His selfless attitude is contagious. No job is beneath him. Chris has held us accountable. For those of us who worked for him, he set us up to succeed while also giving us room to fail. He took a genuine interest in our lives. For me, he nurtured a love for everything that goes on behind the scenes in sports. He quietly guided me into a decision that would shape my career. Chris probably remembers all of his student employees, but my best guess is that at least 500 students have worked for him, maybe more. They all count him as a mentor, as many in this room do as well. To us, he's a friend, a therapist, a confidant, an advocate, a cheerleader. He was and is the ultimate example of living the mission through his service to the John Carroll community, his participation in 9 immersion trips, and his commitment to leading us and teaching us. Chris has provided 3 decades of John Carroll students with an example to live by. He continues to teach us all a lesson as he openly grapples with his cancer diagnosis and ongoing treatment. In spite of his health, the quality of his work, and his full-fledged support of John Carroll athletics has never waned. In the Sports Information Department, it's not about personal accolades. It's only about the advancement of others, including all of our Hall of Fame inductees tonight. In many ways, Wenz's work over the last 30 years has truly mirrored the mission of the university itself. And he'll be the first one to tell you that the game recap on a Wednesday night in the middle of the winter might be the first thing that a recruit reads about John Carroll. Or that Saturday afternoon webcast that maybe only a few people are watching might be a parent's only chance to follow their child's game. But to succeed in Chris's office, you have to be ready to do everything. And that's his mentality. And he learned the value of hard work early from his parents, Marty and Sue, who we tried to keep as a surprise, but he saw earlier, and they're here tonight. And his lasting legacy at John Carroll, in my opinion, beyond the work he continues to do, will be the unique community that he has built around him. Because when you work for Sports Info, you become part of a family, and not just the Sports Info family. You actually become part of the Wenzler family, and they're all here tonight to support you. You meet his wife, Melissa, and his children, Madeline and Oliver, who were considerably younger the last time I saw them. You spend time at his house, and by God, do you play whirly ball. Tonight, we honor Chris's professional contributions to John Carroll University, but for me, for many of us in this room, and for the thousands, truly, the thousands of Wensler's warriors across the world, tonight is about more than our sports information director. It's about a man of faith, integrity, service, selflessness, and a genuine love for others. It's about the mentor who believed in us. So Chris, before I finish, I'd like to invite your family, who are all here, to join me on stage to help. If you would join right now, folks. We've got Marty and Sue, his parents, Melissa, Oliver, Madeline, and some extended family. So Chris Wensler, in recognition of your 3 decades of selfless service to John Carroll, in appreciation of the countless hours you've spent advocating for our student athletes, coaches, and teams, in admiration of your service to JCU, to Cleveland, and to the world, and for your selfless devotion to the advancement of Blue Streak athletics, it's an honor and a great privilege for me to welcome you to the John Carroll Athletic Hall of Fame.
They had to trick me. I wouldn't have accepted it any other way, so they knew how to get to me. So I'm very, very honored. I have nothing at all prepared, so I don't have this on my script, so I don't know what to say. But it's been a great 30-year run here at John Carroll. I remember when I graduated, I figured I would never come back, and then I came back 3 months later, and I've never left. But John Carroll brought me a lot of great things. First of all, it allowed me to meet my wife, who I knew during my undergrad days, but thought nothing of. Apparently, she thought nothing of me. We only met because I met her in the dining hall when they used to have the Pizza Hut, for those that remember that, you know. The first week on the job, I saw her sitting there, so I asked if I could have lunch with her. So that's how that happened. So thank you, John Carroll. You know, certainly my dad was a 1964 grad of John Carroll, so that's how I found it in the first place. Class of 64, all right? And I almost didn't come here because of that, but because I figured, everyone would know my dad, and it turned out only Doc Carpenter knew my dad, so that was no one else seemed to know him, so I said, okay, we're safe here. You know, I certainly want to thank my mom for also being here, all my family that's here tonight. A lot of surprises in this group. There's people here from Michigan and Pennsylvania and things like that. So that has totally changed my weekend. Now I'm going to have to figure out how to work family in and everything that we got going on. But it's I'm blown away, honestly. I love doing what I do. And one of the great aspects of this job is that I've been able to keep in touch with a lot of people in this room. And when I was putting together the 1989 football story, it just brought back a lot of great memories of people that I have seen time and again through the years pop back on campus. Some need to come back more than they do, I'm just going to throw that out there. I know when you're on the west side, it's like you need a passport to come to the east side. So it's like you have to have a reason to come. So hopefully we'll see more of you come to campus in the future. But I want to thank Michelle and Mike and anyone else who was involved with this. I'm very honored. I'm struggling with words right now, and that's usually not a problem for me. But thank you very much, and that's how I'll conclude. Thank you.